If you're in the mood to find all of the nitty-gritty details around Margot Robbie's career, maybe you want to know some of her movie roles that went pretty badly. Or how about some of the on-set secrets that she had to go through? In that case, here's Margot Robbie and all her movie roles and actings. Let's dive right into it, shall we? A short bio.
Hey Margot.
Hi.
I'm so excited to be here.
Before we start talking about Margot Robbie and her successful career, we would need to first cover some of the basics. For this, we will need to look at some of the basic facts concerning her career. As you might already know, Margot Robbie is only 30 years old, and she's been born in Queensland, Australia. As for the actual date, she was born on July the 2nd, 1990, in case you're keeping a journal. And don't think Margaret's life is actually picture perfect growing up. Margaret grew up on a farm, where she was brought up by a single mom. Sarah and Doug Robbie divorced while she was still a kid, so life was tough. She had to work 3 jobs and she was just 16 years old. She was always working at Subway while also handling bartending and cleaning houses on the side. You see, Margaret was a hard worker from the very beginning. While working 3 jobs, she had to take care of school and her acting classes. She moved to Melbourne to become an actress at the age of 17. And this is where our Margot Robbie story actually begins. However, before we get into this list, we would like to tell you that we're going to be mixing both movies and TV shows and listing them year by year. So with that out of the way, let's talk career.
Maybe you could teach me in your room.
When she was in Melbourne, she had no one. Margaret was alone in the big city. But she wasn't afraid. She knew that she was capable of, and she wasn't afraid to get it. The year was 2007, and she passed this one on the bench. She auditioned for some minor roles, but nothing really happened. The year that started to change everything for Margaret was 2008. This was the time when she managed to smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, it was actually the year she managed to land some significant roles in her career. Mind you, this was only her first year, so she didn't have any experience when auditioning for the roles. If we're talking about TV shows, then we have to say that Margaret only appeared on 2 shows, in both Review with Miles Barlow and City's Homicide.
Oh, that's good.
The actress only played a minor role in a single episode. Then we turn to film, and this is where the big change actually happened. Vigilante was not the successful role that would offer her a breakthrough, but when the actress applied for ICU, the director stood in awe watching Margaret's audition tape. Did he do anything? Of course he did. He picked up that telephone and the minor role that the actress originally applied for turned into the lead. We don't know what you think about ICU, but we think people getting chased by a serial killer makes for one great movie. 2009. This was maybe a dry year for Margaret, as she didn't have too many roles to play. However, maybe she didn't have the time because she was touring for the promotion of ICU, which actually released in 2009. Talking about TV shows, Margot Robbie played Juliet in The Elephant Princess. This wasn't a recurring role in the show, and the actress only appeared in 2 episodes, so there's not much to say about that. Another show she's been taking part of is Talking About Your Generation, an Australian game show where the actress had to play herself. 2010.
Hi, I'm Margot, who plays Donna, as you know, and welcome to my world.
One of the major roles that occupied a huge portion of her time was, in 2010, the role of Donna Freeman in the Aussie soap opera where she was a show regular. And we have to admit, we felt Ringo's nervousness whenever he talked to Donna. Why? How about the fact that Margot Robbie was so beautiful, we would kind of forget what the hell she was saying half the time, and just look at her facial expressions. Anyway, let's get out from Dreamland. She and Ringo had their fair share of adventures for about 3 years before she decided it was time to move on. 2011.
Girls can fly until they are married or turn 32.
This year it seemed like Margaret's workaholic habits have returned. In 2011, she managed to land another show. This time it wasn't a regular, she was the leading role of the show, and she stayed with it for about 2 years. Now, you'd have to forgive us for our stupidity. We've told you all about Margot Robbie and her new role, but we never told you the name of the show. Margot Robbie starred in Pan Am, where she played Laura Cameron. She was playing the part of a show that talked about the boom of the commercial jet industry, at a time when flight attendants were all the rage. And with all the looks you could possibly imagine, every fan of the show simply adored Margaret. 2012. Although it seemed like Margot didn't have any roles in 2012 except for the one in Pan Am, the truth is much different. You see, at this time she didn't have the time for any other movies. Why? Because she just auditioned for one of the biggest movie roles in history, and Martin Scorsese loved her. 2013.
I'm also Dutch, German, English. I'm a mutt.
This is the year it all started coming together, folks. In 2012, when the calm before the storm was Margaret's career. Why? Because in 2013 was the year of The Wolf. Martin Scorsese released his majorly successful Wolf of Wall Street. Now, for those of you living under a rock for the past couple years, this movie was about the real-life story of a Wall Street broker. His name was Jordan Belfort, and the movie talked about all of the crazy things that went on in some of the financial institutions on Wall Street. It's a story about how money, greed, and lust can ruin a man's life to such an extent that it would actually be impossible to recover from. And the main girl accompanying him in the journey of hedonist was none other than his gorgeous supermodel Naomi Lapangla, which was played by Margot Robbie. 2014. This wasn't a big year for Margot Robbie, but that was only because she was touring the country, and the world for that matter, promoting The Wolf of Wall Street. And don't forget Vacation. I mean, she basically had to take it because she worked so hard the years prior, and she actually hit gold. The girl deserves a bit of rest. 2015.
Admit that you're impressed. I got your wallet and I found you all the way down here.
All of these movies coming out at once. Well, what the hell happened here? Margot's workaholic character, that's what happened. She managed to film 5 movies and 2 TV show appearances in just 1 year. And don't think that these were the only small parts. No, she was part of the main cast in all of them. So what should we try and cover first? Well, how about let's start with the TV shows. She was part of Neighbours 30th, The Stars Reunite, where she plays herself, and she also made an appearance in Top Gear. The movies, however, have a bunch of big titles in the industry, and they include Focus, Sweet Franchise, The Big Short, and of course, Z for Zachariah. 2016.
So great to be here tonight hosting the season premiere.
Aside from hosting one of the episodes of SNL this year, Margot Robbie has made 3 more movies, 2 of them becoming international successes. The first one was The Legend of Tarzan, and the second one was Suicide Squad. Her character, Harley Quinn, has even gotten her own movie, but more on that later. The third movie was Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. 2017. This is the year Margot Robbie got to produce her first movie, as well as star in it. How many times do we have to tell you she's a workaholic? And she's not only played Tonya Harding in I, Tonya, but she also has to produce the same movie. And of course, Margaret played the leading role, Daphne de Sillincourt, in Goodbye, Christopher Robin. 2018. Was it 3 or did Robbie do 4 movies in 2018? Oh yeah, it was definitely 4. We just completely forgot about her voiceover job in Peter Rabbit. Now, as for the other roles, they include Terminal, Slaughterhouse Rules, and don't forget about the fact that she played Queen Elizabeth I in Mary Queen of Scots. If playing the Queen of frickin' England doesn't show you how good Margaret is, we don't know what will. Moving on, 2019.
I can't call anyone else and I just...
The year before the entire movie industry took a nosedive into the concrete COVID-19 floor. Margaret did 3 movies. The most iconic one, as well as the most memorable one, is the Oscar-winning Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where she played alongside Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio as Sharon Tate. The other 2 movies were Dreamland and Bombshell. 2020. While 2020 was a hectic year for most, this didn't stop Robbie from getting an entire movie made about the psychopathic yet lovable Harley Quinn. The movie's called Birds of Prey, and it's significant because it's one of the first superhero movies and the girl villain is the main role. That's how much people loved her in that character. The second one is the American black comedy thriller Promising Young Woman. And on that note, we end this video. But hey, what Margot Robbie movie did you like the most? You can tell us in the comments section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.